Now all I've got to do is find one more bolt, which is probably in another box somewhere, knowing me. Right, well that's the door we put the bottom in. Welded the tube back in, skinned the door, which when you get it, those that I've hammered over are at right angles like that. You start hitting it that way, all the way around, and then you finish it by, you go all the way around the door like that. And when you've done hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and thousands of them, you don't get any dents around your door edge. Then I've hung the doors back on, and then what you do is you adjust all your doors, because that inner frame will still move inside that skin where it's been hammered over.
Yeah.
So then you pull it up, twist it. Most of the time it's twist, and then you just put your welds in here, and that holds the door frame as you want it. And then you have to hammer this top edge over. And that's it, door done really. You tag them there and there. So they've all been back on the car. I know they all line up, all the door gaps are good. So that's it, the two door skins are done. Boot lid's okay, needs a few sort of filler repairs, but nothing major. Bonnet's done, got one little hole in the bonnet I've got to do, and then it can go back around the painters, and I can get on with building the engine. It's the Mini 63 Cooper engine. Nothing's blocked in there.
So what are you doing? You're just pushing air through to make sure there's nothing...
Yeah, your oil pump sits on the end here, and that feeds oil across there. That's an oil gallery, what they call a gallery. It's a big tube runs through the block casting. It feeds oil from that gallery out of that hole, out of that hole, and out of that hole to feed the bearings. And then while under pressure, the crank's turning. That's why all your holes are in here, to feed it all. And then it drops back down those holes to feed the camshaft bearings.
So what gets into those holes, and is it just dirt and just build up of
Yeah,
gunk?
just carbon, burnt oil. Well, you can, what they call it, they bake the engines and put them in like a great big dishwasher acid bath thing, but there isn't anywhere local that does it. It's not overkill by any way or form. The cleaner you can get an engine, the better.
So what's this?
Cam lube. So it coats everything. If your engine's going to be left for a while before you actually fire it up, it makes sure that nothing's dry, and then when it fires up, the oil in the engine just dissolves into it, so you know everything's a-okay.
What's that stuff made of then?
No idea.
Life's greatest mystery.
Yeah, it's called Johnson LL5. Basically your first sort of, say, I don't know, few minutes of running, you can chew up camshaft bearings in like, well, not seconds, but it don't take very long to ruin it. So you put this stuff on, it's got half a chance then. Right, camshaft can only go in one way. I mean, that's obvious to me, but if you look at that, smallest bearing, medium bearing, large bearing, the bore size. So you can only feed it in that way. So obviously you couldn't feed it that way because those bearings are getting bigger.
Okay.
Try and put it in without nicking the bearings on the cam lobes. Just put it in. You can put it in afterwards, but put it in first before the crank goes in. It's just so wiggling it all around. It's called well seal. It's real old school stuff, but it doesn't go off. Always make sure the side with the writing on or see the bronze side, that's your thrust face, you want that going outwards. That just takes the end float out of the crankshaft.
Those thrust bearings only go in the middle.
Yeah, just on the centre. Sometimes they're on a rear main, it's called a centre main bearing, front main bearing, rear main bearing. Sometimes they're on the rear. They're not usually on the front, to be fair. Again, you want that to the outside. Only going one way because you're a notch on there, see? That sticks out and you've got a notch in there. So that lines up with that. So what I tend to do is put that side in first. Line it up roughly with the top and then just push it home. Now at the moment I'm not going to torque these down because I've got to get the lock tabs for them.
Okay.
It's just a matter of just popping them off and torquing it down. Right, we know that's our front main bearing because when that plate goes on, there's those two screws there, bolts go in there. Good. See that edge on that wood rough key? Just want to take that edge off of there. So if that went on that way, because you've got different lengths there, see? We know it goes to about there. Your chain will be out of line.
Yeah.
So that in there, that's about right, isn't it?
Looks it.
So what you do then, that's on there. Right, if you look on this end, see that dot?
Yeah.
And that dot?
Yeah.
And when you put that together with the chain on, they have to line up. That'll give you basically a top dead centre number 1 and number 4.
Okay.
And your camshaft has to be timed to the engine. So when you put your chain on, that's all timed up.
Right.
So as that rotates, that's rotating in the right order for the valves to lift up and down in accordance with where the crank is. And when you get into tuning them, you can get offset wood rough keys that go in there. That's a wood rough key. That you can get them so they're offset, so you can get your cam timing.
Oh, okay.
Or you can get these, what they call a vernier gear, and it'll have say 4 locking bolts and then a pin that goes in, but then there'll be lots of different holes around there you can put the pin in, so you can alter your cam timing with that. New chain. You put him on there, hold it so the dot's facing straight down. The first one will be guesswork. You can see my dots aren't lined up. So now I've got to shunt that. I'd say that's pretty good. See the dots? Right, you don't want to go on too far, otherwise you get it out of line. The dots are pretty good there, yeah? Now we're on both wood rough keys, so you know the cam's timed up right. That one sharp noise lets you know it's all in hard. See, these early ones didn't have a tensioner in them, that's it. It doesn't look right, but I'll have to check it out. It'll only ever pull one way on the chain. So if the engine rotates that way, it'll take all that out of it anyway.
Okay, yeah.
Your dots still line up, so we're looking good there. Feels good.
Next week on the workshop.
Because anything after 1942, be it 1943, 44 or 45, is called a 42 WLA.